Welcome to another. I swear, man, getting set up is a whole nother, just another year. Anyway, welcome to the Just Lonzo show, a new show, completely new show from what I had last time. I think y'all are well known for me from the Daily Valeri show and the other previous uploads that I had in the past. But this is something different, you know what I'm saying? This is something that works out for me a little bit more easier with my lifestyle and my schedule and all of that. And, you know, the Daily Valeri thing was just, I would say it was kind of getting in my way, my regular lifestyle, just because the long form content and the editing, all that shit. It takes a while. So, you know what I mean? I kind of had to figure out another lane or try to figure out another way to cut and shorten these videos down, bro. Because to tell you something, man, when it comes to editing these videos and stuff, these shits take a long time. I don't think y'all fully understand how long it takes to edit an hour and a half videos, especially if you don't have a team or anybody else to do this. And I'm just doing this shit by myself. So that's one of the main reasons why. But anyway, I'm rapping. But anyway, the reason why I got up here on camera today, and you know me, it's been a while. I recently, Jesus, goddamn, I'm going to have to cut that shit out. Hey, I'm going to have to cut that out. But, but nah, man, the reason why I'm going to get up here and rap my shit today, man, is because, in the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing some wild shit about, what's his name? Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb, his name has been dragged, and I don't even want to say dragged. I mean, the shit that he's been doing is... Anyway, his name has been dragged all across the internet because of some things that have been shown to the surface of a video of him punching a woman. There's also multiple videos of him speaking on young women, and it's just disgusting. But the first thing I want to get into is him and what's his name, Anton Davis or Anton something. I forget his name. I'm sorry. I came up here unprepared, goddamn. Okay, you know what I mean. Don't ask me. Hey, don't ask me what's in this goddamn cup now. It ain't none of your business all the time. But now, first thing I want to get into, man, is like this nigga, man, bro. He had Anton on this show, right? And I didn't even know about this dude named Anton until he went on Corey Holcomb's show. I have no idea who any of these people are. I mean, I know who Corey Holcomb is a little bit, but I don't really watch the show like. But anyway, I seen a clip where he had went on to, you know, Corey Holcomb's show, and I guess they had a guy that got into it before the whole recording of the episode. But in the episode, Corey and him got into it, and then there's a part where Anton told Corey that, you know, SMD, you know, and Corey was like, huh? And then Corey got up in his face like, yeah, say it again. Sir, if the motherfucker already told you to suck his dick in front of you on camera on your own goddamn show, why does he need to say it again for it to be disrespectful? Like, come on, bro. Like, he said it right there in your face on your show. Like, why did he gotta keep saying it for you to swing on him? Motherfucker, if you felt that way about it, you would have just swung on him the first time he said it. Then he's like, we could go outside. Go outside for what? What you need to go outside for? You was caught on camera punching that lady in the face, but yeah, you need to go outside so you can handle some business. Nah, whoop that nigga ass on camera like you try to beat that lady on camera. Yeah, let's talk about that. You got into, forgive me, I didn't do the full-fledged research, and you know, I don't know this lady's name, but you know, shout out to her. But again, this is still all stuff going on in court. I believe legality incidents and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, bro, you on camera punching a woman dead in her motherfucking face. But you can't punch that same nigga that told you to suck his dang-a-lang on camera on your own goddamn show Talking about let's go outside. Why you gotta go outside? You had all the motherfucking mic to punch that lady in the face in front of a bunch of people, let alone on camera, which you probably didn't know. Then gonna turn around and blame TMZ, talking about, oh, TMZ, they making me losing jobs, they making me missing gigs. Bitch, you did it to yourself. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? You talking about TMZ did this. Harvey is a fucking lawyer. I'm sure whatever he's doing is justified, and justified, because what the fuck are you doing? You out here punching women in the face. And the funny thing is, nobody should be putting their hands on nobody. And no man definitely should be putting his hands on a woman. And even come from a person like myself, I've been punched in the face so many times, slapped in the face, punched in the face, and all that by a woman, and I ain't never draw back on it. The only thing I ever did was yoke her up. I ain't punching her face or none of that shit, because I know the type of nigga I am and the type of strength that I have. If I drew back on them, I'm gonna break her whole goddamn face. But that's not even the case, because I don't feel the need to punch on no goddamn woman. That's just not me. And on top of that, I know how to control my emotions as a man. So for him to have all this huff and fucking puff for TMZ putting out some shit that's already out there, that was evidence that you expose yourself of who you are and your true character is for hitting on a woman, let alone another nigga came on your show and disrespected you right in your motherfucking face and you ain't do a motherfucking thing. Now, crazy thing is, that's not even the worst part, right? And the thing of it is, no, you should be not putting your hands on nobody, let alone no goddamn woman. But let's get into the next shit that I heard. Next thing I hear about this motherfucker talking about is that this nigga, this nigga said he was dealing with a woman. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember all the details, but he was dealing with some woman. He was over at the woman's crib. He was butt ass naked in the goddamn bed and talking about the woman's daughter climbed into the bed with him naked. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the young lady was 15. If I'm not mistaken, I think he said she was 15. Doesn't fucking matter. She's a fucking teenager, right? This nigga goes into detail talking about how she climbed in the bed with me and she was young and I was already naked and I ain't gonna leave because, you know, my nigga, can I take this off? I don't think, I don't even feel like fucking with it because I might pull the cord out. My nigga, we're talking about a teenager here. I ain't gonna go into too much detail about my personal shit, but I'll tell you right now, I've dealt with a lot of baby mamas in my life, and never have ever been in a situation like that, let alone to even still for this nigga to still sit there, not even sit there, not try to excuse himself, not leave, not put on his clothes, say, no, this ain't for me, I got to go. But you just sat there and let it happen. You sat there and let it fucking happen. What type of grown man is gonna let some 15-year-old woman climb in the bed with him while he's naked? I'll wait. Let me tell you something, man. Motherfucker got kids of my own, let alone a daughter. And for me, I take this shit very seriously because not one, I got a daughter, but two, I take very high regard in women's safety. You understand me? And for him to blatantly say that shit out loud on a fucking podcast and upload it so the world can fucking hear it. Nigga, have you lost your mind? Not only that, there's other clips of him saying, and before I continue, his 5150 show, right? I don't watch it. I've never watched it. I probably watched like an episode, playing on in the background while I was doing some shit around the house. That's it. The only time I seen his show was little clips on YouTube or TikTok or whatever the case may be, right? And then after this whole thing came about with him punching that lady in the face, TMZ, resurfacing the video and blasted it everywhere. Other clips has been surfacing of him talking about just some really nasty, wild shit about young women. I seen another clip of him talking about how he went to a birthday party. And he went to a birthday party of his brother's, right? And not only he went to a birthday party of his brother's, I think it was his daughter's birthday party, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, point is, what I'm trying to say is this. He went to the party. He's talking about the daughter, which is his niece, is looking at him all types of ways and sexual ways, and so talking about, oh, she fast, she gonna get pregnant soon, did this and that, talking about her in a sexual way. Nigga, that's your fucking niece, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about? That's your niece, cuz. That's your brother's daughter. So now that you posted that video up there of you talking about your brother's daughters like that, if that was my brother, I would have whooped his fucking ass. What the fuck you mean you talking about my daughter like that, my nigga? You have no respect for women whatsoever. Not even the closest. And you got a daughter of your fucking own. Have you lost your fucking mind? Ain't no have, this nigga has. So, now that's not the only clip that he said about some shit like that was crazy. I seen another clip where he was talking about he took a trip overseas to Iceland, talking about the legal age limit for consensual sex with a woman is 13 or 14 years old, bro.
When I was in Iceland, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Quick question. How many of you guys know the age of consent in other places other than where you live? Quickly. Other than where you live, how many countries do you know the age of consent? Quick. Without searching, without doing anything. I only know the age of consent in the place that I live. You know why? Because I'm not looking for little girls. Why do you know the age of consent in Iceland? What will warrant that information? It's like, why would you need that? In any conversation, why would you need to say, well, the age of consent here is... I've never, in my 30 plus years, I have never had to have a conversation and say, the age of consent actually is... No. If you got to debate the age of consent with somebody that you're dealing with, most likely they're too young for you to be dealing with them. So somebody take this man's computer.
How you kid? I'm want some type real bad. Can you get charged if you spoon a child? Get behind him, make him take all his clothes off, and you hug him like that.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, Graham.
What is that?
Sure.
Not no penetration. Just
doesn't have to be penetration. It's so you can't
That's
be.
love.
You can. Okay, hold
What
on.
if it's a stepchild?
Okay, I don't know where we're going with this, but
I'm just asking. They got these charges. I'm trying to see what the charges gonna be.
And he's sitting there gloating about this shit like that's some cool shit to talk about. This nigga went on his podcast and openly said that the legal age over this, I think it's 14, 13 or something like that. See, I know they can make some, bet the younger the women, the better baby makers they are. Bro, this nigga has a daughter. It's not even the fact that he has a daughter, but that is a huge factor. But the fact that this nigga openly said that out loud, like that shit is cool and okay. And I've never been a Corey Holcomb fan. I've never watched any of his stand-ups. I've never watched, like I said, I've never watched his 5150 show. I wasn't really into him like that up until he started surfacing with these clips. I've seen, like I said, I've seen little clips of him on the internet and all that, but I've never been into the person. I've never been into him that much to sit down and watch any of his content. And as a grown man, for you to sit there and just feel so goddamn comfortable to speak on young women, fuck that. I don't even want to say that. I want to say teenagers. Yeah, let's say that. Let's say teenagers, because then maybe people can get it in their head that this is a very serious motherfucking matter. We're speaking about children here, and for you to open your mouth and just blatantly say some shit like that is just beyond wild to me. I can't respect no fucking man like that, let alone be cool with him, talk to him, nothing. Now, y'all know me, I don't really get up on here and do no drama-fied talking shit about people and all that. I don't even like talking about celebrities like that. But when I hear some shit that's just too far left, I gotta speak on it, because there's no fucking way that you can just say shit like that and just be okay with it. You can't. And then what's crazy is you got two women co-hosts up there. Two women co-hosts up there that sat up there and let you say those things. And he, ha, and cackling and kikiing with you over the shit that you said. You went up there and talked about Anton's daughter, being very disrespectful about a fucking child. You know what? I'm sorry, bro. I wouldn't have the slightest of sympathy for a motherfucker that speaks like that. This motherfucker got hit by a truck tomorrow. I'll be glad he be in the grave by Monday. You know what I mean? Because it's some shit that you just don't do. And then especially as a motherfucking man, it's some shit that you just don't do. Okay? The jokes is gone now, now I'm getting serious. Are you fucking out your mind, nigga? Like, that's not cool, my nigga. Not cool at all. What are you fucking talking about here, bro? We talking about kids, my nigga. We're talking about kids, my nigga. And to think that you have the fucking audacity to get up on camera and talk like that about children. Motherfucker, you just as bad as them niggas on the Epstein's list. If not fucking worse. You just as bad as them. Your fucking name might as well been in that list too. Why not? You fuck with kids just like they fuck with kids. What's the fucking difference? Got me over here spilling my motherfucking wine all over his damn fucking table and shit. Nigga done lost his motherfucking mind. Let me tell you something, dog. There's one thing I don't tolerate, and that's fucking with kids, dog. I will never understand how a person, male or female, can look at a child and think to themselves of the most devious thing that they can do to ruin that child's life forever. 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 You went up there on your part, and this is just the shit that I've heard of. I don't even know if there's any more shit that he said on his podcast. I don't even know, because I don't watch shit like that. And then one of his co-hosts, I think his name is Craig. He's another comedian that's that came from the all deaf comedy branch, with Kev on stage and shit like that. He's very popular on that show, Roast Me, that's a funny ass show to me. I love that show. But brother, and I'm not gonna put you under the bus because you know what I mean, but at the end of the day, bro, you stick aside. You standing behind a dickhead. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You standing next to a motherfucker who does anything harmful to kids, you just as bad as this nigga. Because if you can stay loyal to a motherfucker who can do harm and talk about children like that, you just as bad as him. You just as bad. So I'ma say this: if Craig, his co-host, don't pick a fucking side and pick a fucking side quick, nigga, you just as bad as him. I'm gonna put that on you. That's just like one of my own personal brothers doing some wild shit and saying some wild shit about kids. Nigga, I don't know you. I don't fucking know you. Get the fuck away from me. We don't got nothing in common, sir. Nothing. You can't even speak my name in a room that I'm not in. That's how much we don't got in common, motherfucker. So that being said, just like if you got children, please protect the children. Please protect the children. There's too many predatory motherfuckers out there. If you a single mom, look over your children. Don't be having any motherfucker meet your kids. You got too many predatory motherfuckers out here, dog. I'm trying to tell you, you can't trust nobody out here for real. You really gotta be on standpoint with people, man. I'm telling you, because that's just wild to me, bro. Like, bro, I'm gonna have to get in a whole nother episode of this, not this particular topic, but this type of subject, because this shit just goes deep. And then they got other motherfuckers' names redacted in that Epstein's Files case. That's a whole nother motherfucking episode that I might just draw down into. And it's not even just about speaking on politics, it's about speaking on humanity. It's about speaking on humanity. Fuck the politics part about it. Politics don't mean shit at this point. We're speaking about humanity here. We're speaking about kids. But like I said, man, motherfucker Corey Holcomb, he's just as bad as the motherfuckers off that Epstein Island. I don't see no fucking difference. I don't. Then, if I'm not mistaken, there's another episode where he wanted the co-host to hold up a shirt, I guess disrespecting Anton's daughter, this piece of shit ass nigga, and she denied the request to do so, so he got upset and talked shit about her and had her removed from his show. Then went on to record another half of the episode without her to talk about her blatantly, just disrespect her blatantly on her name and all that shit. Well, you know what, mamas? I'm sorry that he did that to you, but you can't be too sorry for her ass neither. Because you was on them other episodes watching him and listening to him talk about young women like that. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a child of her own. If I'm not mistaken, she has a daughter on her fucking own. I could be wrong, I don't know. But either way, what are you doing sitting next to a motherfucker and bumping shoulders next to a motherfucker who's blatantly online talking about some nasty shit about children? Why